Once upon a time, there was a man called Tunde. Tunde is from Akoko in Ondo State. And Tunde also has a girlfriend called Oluwatosin. Oluwatosin is also from Akoko in Ondo State. Oluwatosin and the Tunde love each other so much in the sense that they are afraid if anything goes wrong, if they can be able to go their separate way. If one falls sick today, the other one will fall tomorrow. So this kept them worrying and worrying. One traveled, the other one will be so worried and sick. So one day, Oluwatosin came up with a great news which shocked Tunde. Oluwatosin announced her pregnancy to Tunde. Tunde was so worried. Tunde complained bitterly. Tunde told Oluwatosin that she knows that he has no stable work. How can they cope with this pregnancy? Tunde advises Oluwatosin to terminate the pregnancy. But Oluwatosin rejected that and said over her dead body we should do such thing. She said, "This is my first baby. I am not going to terminate this pregnancy. I will keep this pregnancy." So this made Tunde angry, and Tunde said, "If you are going to keep this pregnancy, that means this is the end of our relationship." And Oluwatosin stood on ground and said, "I am not going to do that." And they went their separate way. So 2 months later, Tunde met another lady. This lady is a British. So she based in London. Then she promised Tunde that she is going to process his paper for him to join her in London. So she started processing Tunde's paper. Mind you, this British lady and the Tunde, they haven't seen each other physical. They only met on social media, Facebook to be precisely. So she started processing Tunde's paper to join her in London. So when the paper finally comes out, Tunde traveled to London. On his way to London, he was very, very happy. When Tunde met this lady, that made him to forget Oluwatosin so easily and forget the memory. So the British girl came to the airport to pick Tunde. So they got home, they started living as girlfriend and boyfriend. So after 1 year, the British girl asked Tunde, "What's our plan concerning me? Are we getting married or not?" Tunde promised her that he is going to marry her. So after 2 years, they got married. They started staying together as husband and wife. Everything was going fine with them. Tunde got a well-paid job. The British woman also has a very well-paid job. So this made their home so happy, lovely, and perfect. So, but after 5 years, they couldn't have a child of their own, children of their own. They started being worried. They started thinking. They started praying. They started moving from different church to another, visiting pastors, visiting churches. So they were asking questions, seeking for help if something is wrong, and medically both of them are okay. So one day they met a pastor. So this pastor asked them question. The pastor said, there is a problem somewhere if you people can open up. So the pastor asked them question and said, "Do you have a child somewhere? I want you guys to tell me the truth. I'm asking both of you. Do you have child somewhere? If you have a child somewhere, try and go and make up with the child. That is where the problem comes from." So they started being worried, thinking, asking each other questions. So British girl asked Tunde if he has a child in Nigeria. Tunde said no, that there is nothing like that. And Tunde also asked the British woman if she has a child somewhere. She said no, there is nothing like that. So the last time they visited church, one pastor opened up to them and said, Tunde, you are the problem of this thing happening. You are the cause of the thing happening in your family. Go back to the States, the country you came from, and make up with the mother of your child and also take care of your child. Tunde was so worried, and Tunde began to think. So he remembered Oluwatosin. Remember, this is 5 years after Tunde separated from Oluwatosin. So when they got home, Tunde told the British girl that he dated someone called Oluwatosin. And Oluwatosin, according to Oluwatosin, she told him that she was pregnant. And he advised Oluwatosin to terminate the pregnancy, of which she said she cannot do that. And that made them to go their separate ways. So now, the British woman was very, very angry with Tunde. But this can never solve the problem. Tunde said, thank God I remembered this, and thank God I open up to you. What I want from you is your advice. What do you think I'm going to do now? Advise me. You are my wife. Advise me as your husband. Let us finalize so that we can have children or a child of our own. Living together without a child is not gonna be good between two of us. So the British woman was staring at Tunde. She lacked words to say. She lacked advice to give to Tunde at that moment. And the both of them were staring at each other as if all things were well. But things were not right between them. So the British woman said, you have to travel back to your country to meet the mother of your baby and reconcile with her and bring back the baby she has for you. Tunde said, how do you think this is going to be possible for me to easily reconcile with somebody I have abandoned for 5 years and take away the child from her? The British lady said, then bring the woman and the baby. This made Tunde mad at his British wife, and both of them started arguing, shouting at each other. They started shouting. This almost tear them apart because at this moment they were confused. So Tunde lacked words to say. Tunde lacked words to say. The British woman said, bring them back here. Let us start living together as one family. And Tunde said, how can this be possible? Me bringing my ex-girlfriend down here for us to start living together. Are you sure you're going to be okay with this decision you are making? And she said yes. So stay tuned to the next part of this video and see how this video ends. Subscribe. I will see you later.